to what you have achieved, okay? So this is a continuation from the previous video about loving the process, okay? So in other words, you have to also, in addition to being humble enough to treat it like day one, is be honest with yourself as a person enough to say, okay, so if this were my day one, I would do this. Like, okay, if this is my day one, hey everybody, this is Jacob Adams. I'm a fitness and leadership coach. You know, I'm the creator of the concept known as common sense self-mastery, right? And, you know, that's my day one. And also, at the same time, I know that there's a level of comfort I'm building. Like, I'm aware there's a level of comfort right now that I'm building as I record this video, that even though I'm treating it like day one, there's a collective habitual script wins because of the small victories that I've already had. The process, it's allowed me to also know, like, even though it's kind of like day one, it's also not. And that polarity, that understanding is a huge part of loving the process. I've been working out for 20 years. It's day one. Observe the wins and celebrate improvements. Okay? When you have a project, right, look at what your wins are. Okay? See how they move. See how they fluctuate and celebrate them. I'm going to celebrate the fact that I recorded 2 videos. No one can watch. Like, say this video gets 0 likes, 0 views. I don't care. I still won. Because I did it. Because does that make sense? Because I'm observing my metrics. I'm giving myself, I give myself the point whether the world gives it to me or not. I pay it. I'm going to go home right now. I have this little scale. And if you look at some of my other videos, I talk about that. I have this side where it's light. Whenever I do something positive, I give myself a dime. If I do something negative or dark, I give myself a dime on that side. So there's this constant scale balancing out my behaviors. So today, I think I owe myself, let's say I owe myself 2 to 3 dimes when I get back to my place. Okay? So let's just say this video gives absolutely no likes, no responses. If people think it's shit, they don't watch. I don't care. Because the process is what I'm embracing. So I'm going to give myself the 3 dimes, and so I still win. Because the process has already paid me. The process pays me. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean I don't want you to share the video. It doesn't mean I don't want you to engage and like it. It doesn't mean that. See, there's a level of intelligence you have to see here. Yes, my intention is to connect with my tribe. Yes, my intention is to expand and scale and be known. What I'm saying is that deep within my psyche, there's somebody ready to learn and embrace this process. And that's what this video is about. So that's why I'm telling you these things. Push a little more as a habit. Push a little more as a habit. In other words, like I said, I wanted to go back to my place. I said, let me make one more video. Okay? I thought to myself when I was making the previous video, I said, you know what? I want to keep it to 36 minutes, but it ended up being like 40-some minutes. I pushed a little more, you know? When I did self-authoring, it took me like 30 hours to do because I kept pushing and pushing. But that's part of my makeup. That's what I do. I push and I push and I push to achieve more. It's a habit. There's a saying that goes, how you do one thing is how you do all things. I'll say it again. How you do one thing is how you do all things. So if you're going to work out hard, you're probably going to sleep hard. You're probably going to eat hard if you work out hard, right? And you're going to read hard and you're going to push because that's part of your habitual nature, okay? So as I got into meditation, I'm into meditation. I'm committed. So if you make it a habit to commit and go all into the things that are important to you, you may not achieve it in a day, But if you treat every day like day one and you're a committed type of person, you're going to go all in eventually and start making some progress. Play it where it lies. Play it where it lies. This one's just saying that you have to take life where it's at, your current situation. You can't go backwards and start at zero, even though you might want to. You can't start at the beginning of the race. Okay? You are where you are physically, you are where you are in your career, you are where you are. And as much as we sometimes get tempted to go back and change the situation, we can only say, okay, that's already happened. What can I learn from it? How can I adapt going forward? How can I play it right where it's at? If you're playing golf, you could be in the woods, you could be out in the forest. The rules are play the ball where it landed. That's the thing about sports. It kind of play it where it landed. And you may not like it, but what it can make of you is the win if you embrace the process. Reduce, cut away at the fat. Reduce and cut away at the fat. As you grow, you're going to have to reduce things that drain time. Binging Netflix, binging shows, eating donuts, eating cookies, eating pizzas. The more you want to grow, the more you'll start seeing inefficiencies as an enemy. And you have to cut away at these inefficiencies to achieve your objective, okay? There's a time for party, there's a time and a place, as Grant Cardone says, but you got to know when to say this is not the time nor the place, okay? You got to have that attitude of a champion, okay? And it's not that easy. People aren't necessarily going to love you for it. You may not even like the way it feels per se all the time, but if you can love within yourself the level of dignity and that level of tenacity and that sobriety that brings out in you, then you, my friend, can one day become a weapon of a person, intimidating force to be reckoned with. Okay? Have mentors. Revisit the lessons and master them. See, the way I see it, this is one of my mentors back there. Jordan Peterson, a psychologist. Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Brendon Burchard, Neil Strauss, Frank Kern, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Tim Grover. You do you understand what I'm saying? Now, there could have been others, Robert Kiyosaki. There's been others at different times. But I can say these are my 10 right now that just came out on top of my, just boom, 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 boom. You know? And you can revisit. When you get your mentors, they're going to shift, they're going to come out. You might go back to one 5 years later once you study their stuff a lot. But you got to immerse yourself. Today I paid $1,000 for Grant Cardone's, some of Grant Cardone's university, right? And I'm starting at square one with that stuff. It doesn't mean I don't know it. But I want to master it. You see? I want to master it. I want to master it. See what I'm saying? Master it. There's a difference, right? In that energy, in that attitude, in that hunger. As you can feel this is what I'm talking about. That there's a level of process, passion, and focus and tenacity that comes from loving the process. It's common to get caught up in the quick fixes. My work, Common Sense Self-Mastery, one of the first videos I ever made on YouTube, talked about this. And so the quick fixes is probably the most alluring idea, chasing a shining object, not committing to the things that you've already said you're committed to. I'm committed to Advocare. I'm committed to working out. I'm committed to lifting. I'm committed to supplementation. I'm committed to nutrition. I'm committed to self-improvement. I'm committed to yoga, to meditation. I'm committed to having a good family life. I'm committed to a positive mindset. I'm committed. I don't have a quick fix for a single one of those things. They all take daily focus, daily work, a consistent sacrifice of self, a consistent sacrifice of the fat, of the things that waste time, a consistent self-analyzation. Now, a single one of those things that I've mentioned right there in my commitments has a quick fix. Not a single thing. I'd love to hear your feedback. Keep that in mind, the common mistakes. I hope these tips on how to embrace and love the process have helped you. This is Jacob Adams. Please share how you love the process, how you embrace the process, one of the tips that you have. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how these ideas may help you. Anything that you could have added. I know you're a smart person because you watched all this video. We'll see you on the other side. This is Jacob Adams signing out. Peace.